I'm Sarah Crawford. I'm one of the founding directors of Chalkstring. We provide cost management software for specialist contractors. The pandemic has ignited a noticeable shift towards technology within construction, but what does this mean in practice and how can subcontractors capitalise on this? This presentation offers guidance on how you can identify which technology will be a game changer for your business. A recent McKinsey article discussing the next normal states that the pandemic has forced the construction industry to focus on digitisation and that significant investment is expected in technology as a result. That same article cites a monumental shift towards integrated systems, replacing the highly complex, fragmented and project-based industry with a more standardised, consolidated and integrated one. So it's clear that change is afoot and there's increasing pressure to focus on technology, but what does this actually mean in practice? How can you identify which technologies will work for your business and give you a competitive advantage? I've worked in construction software for many years, and all the successful technology adoptions I've seen are where the customers had a clear view of what they wanted to achieve from the outset. They'd identified their key issues and researched the right solutions to meet these needs. So I'm going to share with you some best practice tips on choosing the right technology for your business. An internal audit is often the best starting point. It's like looking under the bonnet of your car and checking whether the engine is running as efficiently as it could be or should be. I recommend identifying all of your pain points and focusing on what's burning unnecessary time and/or money, or what's causing frustration. We recommend looking at the good, the bad and the ugly. And the key to this is to involve your staff. If you think they're the closest to your business processes and often have a different viewpoint from business owners as to how things could and should be done, they can provide valuable insights into existing challenges and have ideas for potential solutions. And some of these may be known to you and others, well, perhaps not. Ultimately, this is your internal fact find to establish exactly what is not working in your business and what could be improved. Your audit will probably identify many great ideas, but you can't action everything at once, and you don't want to either. New systems often mean new processes, and these may take time to adopt, especially when your workforce is already busy. So it's really important to establish the priorities based on your audit. So from your audit, I suggest you identify your top 3 challenges that you know technology could solve, and then prioritise the one that offers the largest business gain. Consider whether you want to fix a single problem with one solution, or whether you could solve several problems using an integrated solution. By identifying your overall goal, it will be a lot easier to prioritise. Now your priorities are set, establish who will be involved in the decision-making process and set your selection criteria. You'll want to consider the must-haves versus the nice-to-haves, and you need to be realistic. No off-the-shelf system will work exactly as you want, so you need to determine what you can and cannot compromise on. And this will make it an awful lot easier to compare solutions, as no two technologies are identical. So questions to ask yourself. Do you want a generic solution or one that's written specifically for construction? Do you want a cloud-based or a server-based solution? And if it's server-based, do you need additional hardware, for instance? What's the pricing structure and the contract term? And the training, how is it delivered and what's needed? And how are the backup and support services structured within that company? You'll also want to consider setting key performance indicators to help you measure success further down the road. These are often obvious to you once you've done the audit and the prioritisation, because you know the issue that you're wanting to fix and therefore what KPIs could achieve that. With your priorities and criteria known, you should now identify, research and talk to vendors. Software comparison sites like Capterra can be helpful for insight, as can peer recommendations and trusted trade associations. Explain what you're looking for and be open to their knowledge and experience. The more open you are, the more they can identify whether or not they can actually help you. And ensure the right person is leading the supplier engagement. This person needs to fully understand the criteria set by your management team and have the company agenda at heart, rather than a personal one. And probably the most important advice is to look for a technology partner, not just a supplier. There's a big difference. A supplier will simply sell you a solution, job done. A partner will invest time in your business, ensure their solution works for you, and remain with you long after the excitement of your new system is worn off. Ensure all your questions are answered by having a personalised demo with your chosen suppliers, and if you need more time with them, have more meetings. Consider whether an online or face-to-face demo is the best option. An online demo is often a good use of time if you just want a taster of the software. If you're interested further, you can then organise a more detailed face-to-face meeting. Talk about your requirements openly, including the things you're struggling with, so that the supplier can understand the pain and what you're trying to alleviate. Any good supplier will be honest if they don't think their solution meets your needs. You're now at the point of wanting to select your supplier, so here are just a few final things to consider. Read testimonials and case studies, and even better, see if you can talk to existing customers, as clients will gladly talk about their experiences, often both good and bad. Check through your selection criteria. Does both the supplier and the product meet your needs? There are often workarounds, but if not, can you live with the things that they don't offer, those compromises I mentioned earlier? And if the software requires an implementation plan, request a meeting with the person responsible for your setup and training to ensure that you know what to expect. You now know the solution that you're going for, and you now need to prepare for change. As Benjamin Franklin said, by failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. If you don't adequately prepare to introduce a new software solution into your business, you could be putting both the adoption and the success of that at risk. Regardless of your business size, it's always advisable to communicate internally to anyone who's going to use the new software. They need to know why you've chosen to introduce a new solution and the benefits it will bring and how it will impact them. This could be as simple as an all-staff email, or it could be a workshop or a presentation in a company meeting. Ultimately, you need to bring people on the journey with you. Also consider how you will support your team in adopting a new tool and prepare a plan. Consider whether or not your business processes need to change and put plans in place for reviewing them if so. The next stage is to think about training your team and getting the system set up. If you've bought an off-the-shelf system, there will naturally be process changes, so you need to learn the principles of the new software and support your team in transitioning from their current processes. If they've done something a certain way for years, there may be hesitancy to change and they'll need you to lead from the front. As a business owner, we recommend that you actively participate in the learning programme and welcome training tasks set by the supplier, as the most efficient way to learn is by doing. Finally, it may sound simple, but you're often up against it delivering projects, and it's hard to find the time to dedicate to setting up and learning a new solution. Remember the business issues you're trying to fix and ensure you commit the necessary time to implementing your solution effectively. You're now up and running and you've taken the time to implement your new software solution. You now want to review whether it's working well for your business. Start by reviewing the measures of success you identified when you originally set your criteria. What key performance indicators did you set, and are you achieving them? Ask your staff for feedback and do more of the good and less of the bad, and if you're falling short, identify the gaps and put a plan in place to plug them. It's important not to review the performance just once. Make sure it becomes part of your regular business measurement and continually consider how you can get the most from your chosen solution. Don't be afraid to ask for a meeting with your supplier's account manager so you can review how things are going. They'll have ideas on how you can harness the latest new features and updates for maximum business gain. Technology can be a true game changer for specialist subcontractors. The key is to identifying the right solution for your business and implementing it well. I've seen how technology can increase efficiency, help business growth, and give subcontractors the productivity tools they need to punch well above their weight. Digitisation needn't be overwhelming. In fact, any steps taken towards digitisation are good steps. The most important thing is to not ignore the current shifts towards technology and how it could massively improve your business. As you can bet your bottom dollar, your competition will be investigating tech.